Hello and welcome to Ghana's Colonization by Jamie Gaffney. As you can see, we have two different maps of Ghana. One from before Ghana was ever colonized, and the second from after Ghana performed decolonization from Great Britain. As you can see, when Ghana was under the control of Great Britain, it wasn't very split up. There didn't seem to be very much order, and everything was very alike and the same. Now, if you move over to the new independent Ghana, you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 whole states of the new Ghana. The new Ghana was much better split up and much better divided into states, provinces, and other independencies throughout the country. This is better because this led to new cultures and new ways of farming, new ways of spreading money, and new ways of buying things to be able to be created throughout the whole different states. Whereas with the original Ghana, there were just 4 singular states. Very boring, and they were all almost the same. Ghana is a former colony of Great Britain. Great Britain benefited off of Ghana financially a lot, and this led to Ghana wanting to secede from Great Britain since they took advantage of them financially so often. As you mentioned before, Ghana was formerly a colony of Great Britain. Great Britain benefited from the many rich resources and cultures that were present inside Ghana. Despite the fact that Great Britain was the one who benefited the most, the Philippines were actually the first to find the land of Ghana in 1471. It was formerly named Ghana and formerly found by the Great Britons in 1867. The first men to ever find this hotspot for gold, oil, and timber became very, very rich. Very rich. Rahul rich. Here's a quick video summing up and their story on how they came to fame and money and Rahul richness. Oh my god, I've struck oil.
Bruh.
Yes! Yo guys, check this out. What is it now, Jaw? Massive. It's the biggest one I've ever seen.
Bruh. 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 Bruh.
Alright, this is ours now. See the cones? Do not cross.
A few moments later.
Ace the flame, ace the flame, ace the
This ain't a milli rock, this a money dance, and my ain't hard, that's a 30 in my pants. I got 30 of them bands, I'ma make a script of dance, and I'ma cause he nerdy, she a fan. Either white or it's yellow like some sand. If you need it, hit my line, no, I got it on the man. That's what made me all these bands. Talking hella reckless, so we laying all these hands. Bands, all I think about commas. 30 and a 40, all I think about drama. I'm finna get this money, give it right to my mama. Playing with the chicken, you gon' meet all the llamas. Bands, all I think about commas. 30 and a 40, all I think about drama. I'm finna get this money, give it right to my mama. Playing with the chicken, you gon' meet all the llamas.
There were many reasons that Ghana decided to decolonize and break off from Great Britain. Number one was Britain sucks. Britain took advantage of them. Britain took away all their resources and exploited them for money. So eventually, the Ghanaians decided that they would take back their independence, just as this guy is stealing the star off the Ghanaian flag. And even though it was a very tough fight for them to try to gain independence from Great Britain, eventually, despite the fact that most Ghanaians were pro-independence, there were only really 2 or so main players in Ghana's fight for independence. Number 1 was Kwame Nkrumah. He was the president of Ghana and the leader of Ghana to independence. He was also the leader of the Convention People's Party, a pro-independence party that were able to attain 71 of 104 seats present in the Great Britain government, which gave them a majority role to help decolonize Ghana. If it weren't for the Convention People's Party and Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana would probably not be independent today and probably still be a colony or a state or province of Great Britain. Important events. Many people that were living in Ghana had started large movements and many pushes for independence in Ghana. But mainly it was the CPP, as mentioned earlier, the Convention People's Party, that were able to create many laws that benefited Ghana because they held so many seats in the British government. Luckily, there weren't many deaths at all inside Ghana's fight for independence, seeing as how it was all mental, emotional, and signature war. There were no big deaths, no casualties, and the only really important death in Ghana was Kwame Nkrumah's death, as he died and lost his fight in cancer. But eventually, he did live long enough to see his country gain independence. Outcome. Ghana is still now a solid and stable country. But not only that, Ghana was able to inspire the decolonization and fight for independence in many other countries. It has also even been stated that Martin Luther King Jr., the man who ended segregation in America, was inspired by Kwame Nkrumah's fight for rights and independence. Another huge legacy that the independence of Ghana set was that a country could still secede or a colony could still decolonize without having a big bloody war. If this doesn't make much sense to you, watch the next video coming up in the next slide. That should give you an easy, simple depiction on how the Ghanaians were when it comes to fighting for independence against Great Britain. What up? And welcome to our meeting about the secession of Ghana and their fight for independence. There does not need to be any bloody war, any crazy fighting, or anything of the sort. Can't we just have a friendly, kind, and beneficial to both of us conversation where we both work things out, talk it out, hug it out at the end, and then part